This is the Bullet Special Edition Ford Mustang, and we have a full Carfection film on it after this message, but this film has a twist. See, our friends over at our sister channel, CNET, challenged us to shoot this film entirely on an iPhone. Now, we usually invest a lot of money in great cameras and a variety of tools to get the most stunning car films, well, you know, the kind of thing that we put on the channel, but can we get close to that quality just with an iPhone? Everything that you'll see in this film, including the shot you're looking at right now, has been shot on an iPhone 11 Pro. Let's see how it goes. In 1968, Steve McQueen starred in Bullet, an action thriller with one of the most famous movie car chases of all time. The car that McQueen drove was a 68 Mustang GT Fastback with a 390 cubic inch V8 and a 4-speed manual transmission. To celebrate the 50th anniversary of the film, Ford brought out this, the Mustang Bullet, a modified version of the 5-litre V8 GT version of the current generation of Mustang. But can you ever really recreate the romance of classic muscle cars? Is there anything you can do to recapture the magic of those classic rides? I think the Bullet tie-in is a little bit of a red herring. I mean, it's nice to celebrate the movie, and the paint job gives it a little bit of nostalgia. The few bits of chrome trim, yeah, they're a nice little touch. It really is a token gesture towards the movie, but that's not to say that it isn't worthwhile. You see, where they've only made slight tweaks to the exterior and to the badging, they have made a fairly significant change to the engine. Now, 458 brake horsepower, but where it makes a really big difference is the sound. You see, where the Mustang already sounded great with its 5-litre V8, this Bullet edition, well, they've just ramped it up just that little bit, and now it sounds like this. Get this thing over 4,200 RPM and it sings. And when you add that really fruity sounding engine note to the fact that the Mustang has inherently something about it that's old school, you feel the car more than you feel you should in a modern car. You're bouncing around a bit, there's just enough steering feel to make it sharp through the corners, but there's a sense that you really have to get to know the car to drive it properly. The chassis responds really well on a twisty road like this, but you get rewarded for just investigating the car a little bit more. That kind of bouncy nature, that throaty exhaust, how that engine note just rumbles away in the background, making it feel so ferocious. The way the acceleration builds, it's not that modern hypercar thrust you back in your seat, but that swell of power all through that soundtrack of a V8. The package together has some character, some drama. The Mustang is never going to beat many sports cars in kind of performance top speed, acceleration. 0 to 60 is 4.6 seconds, it's no slouch, but there's a lot out there that can compete. It's as close as you can get in a modern car to kind of reliving that classic car nostalgia. It's not a classic Mustang. You get a completely different driving experience from that, but there are little bits here and there from that story when you're driving a classic car that you tell yourself when you're doing it, that this car inherits and exaggerates and replays. Now, you might not be getting the drama of the movie Bullet, but this Bullet Special Edition has its own story to tell. There you have it. This was our film on the Bullet Special Edition Ford Mustang, shot entirely on the iPhone 11 Pro. Now, there's a behind the scenes video on the CNET YouTube page which shows the Carfection production team using the iPhone, how they did it, what difficulties they ran into, where they succeeded and where they fell short. Definitely go over and check that out. There's a link in the description that will take you right there. If you're a regular viewer, what did you think? Do you think it held up against the look of our normal films? Could you definitely tell if we hadn't told you that this had only been shot on an iPhone? Were you impressed? Were you underwhelmed? Let us know in the comments below. If you've never seen a Carfection film below, have a check out of our channel, have a look at some of the other videos. We'll put some links to some really great examples of our work in the description so you can compare how we normally shoot our films on a wide range of cameras to get the best possible outcome compared to shooting on an iPhone. And if you liked what you see, consider subscribing to the channel. We've got great films on all the world's best cars, shot by the world's best team of video producers who normally don't just use iPhones